Back in the big days of iPod Shuffle, there was a teacher at my high school that would let you bring in your music to listen to while you wrote your exam. The catch was you had to give him your shuffle to inspect before the exam. He would listen to your songs and then hand it back. My friend spliced in an audio recording of him reading answers in specific songs. After the 1-minute mark, the teacher never caught it because he would only listen to the first bit of each song and then skip to the next one. Dude got an A. My brother once admitted to cheating on a test, copied off a friend next to him, then changed 3 answers to make it look different. It just happens my brother corrected those and ended up with a 96 while the kid he copied off of got a 90. Smart kid sits up front. Beneath him is a tile floor. The tile under the front left leg of his desk is answer A. The one to the right of that is B. The one down from A is C and the one beneath B is D. Smart kid uses his left leg to point to the answer. Now the question numbers. Question 1 is when smart kid coughs, which is synchronized to the class clock. Each minute is a new question answer. After a 20 minutes exam, 20 questions are answered by moving his foot. My nutrition class in college was online. My professor gave us a 10-question, multiple-choice quiz every week, which she directly copied from Quizlet. Our final quizzes 1 to 10 in order. The kicker was that we had the ability to check our answers after each quiz, and she left those opened until the end of the semester. We had 2.5 hours to take the final, and I finished it in 11 minutes, 100%. Hey, if a teacher can mark my test wrong for not specifying units of measurement, they can't get mad when they do the same thing. Had a math test involving parabolic functions. And the question was, how many meters did the rocket travel? I answered 78 and apparently the correct answer was 78 meters. She told me I needed to specify the units. Because, how do I know you don't mean 78 bananas? I understand if it was just, how far did it travel? But if the question is, how many meters, then it's implied that's the unit. It would be like saying, how many sugar cubes do you want in your coffee? If I replied, 2, no one would think, shit he didn't say the unit. He might want 2 pounds of sugar. I'm still annoyed by that mark to this day. TLDR, I hated high school math. Stole this from the internet. We were allowed one 3x5 note card for the final, so I filled it up in blue ink with tiny writing, then wrote over the top of that in red ink. And brought a clear piece of red and blue plastic with me. Teacher thought it was clever and allowed it. The only way this could be any more genius is if you wore those old 3D glasses, then you would only have to close one eye or the other to properly see the notes. Student gets sent to the nurse for crossed eyes. Not really cheating, per se, but during a physics exam, students were allowed to write as much as they want onto one side of a sheet of loose leaf, to bring as a reference sheet. With this rule in mind, one student cut his sheet into a Mobius strip to effectively have twice as much space for writing notes. When I was going away to college, my dad told me this story about a friend of his. This friend was enrolled in a class where the test was being administered on 2 separate days for each half of the class. In each section there was a test A and B version. My dad's friend was taking the exam in the second day. That night, following the first day of tests, my dad's friend received the answers from another friend for test version A. And bingo, he's in the clear for a good grade. Test day comes around, my dad's friend sits down for the test and is handed test B, panic time, right? Nope. He gets up and timidly approaches the professor and says, I'm sorry, I must confess and be honest, my friend gave me the answer to version B of this test. Could I take version A instead so I don't get caught for cheating? And just like that he was handed the other version and sat back down. A girl I know wrote all the answers on her thigh, then wore tights to the exam. When she stretched the tights she could see the answers but then let it go and cover it up. I just wrote the answers on my PP. I hope it was a short test.